Shalom Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to Lek out there doing this work of faith and labor of love, true sincerity. I wanted to come with a quick topic, basically entitled, "This Gospel Must Be Preached." And, I wanted to get into this, based off of the inspiration of, just seeing, Jake waking up, man, just seeing, things that's been transpiring lately, brother out there in Kenya, brother, in Dominican Republic, so on and so forth, man. This is, a beautiful time, in which we're living in, to be closer, to our salvation, closer to Esau's destruction, seeing those of the hopeful elect, waking up, and throughout the four corners, man, because, everything has mainly been here, seeing brothers constantly waking up, throughout here in the midst of Babylon. But to see brothers waking up, out scattered abroad, man, that's a whole nother feeling, man. That's a whole nother joy. That's how we know that our salvation is nearer than which we believe, man, So, just real quick, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 14. "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." And, that's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is allowing, us to do, through the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and through the power of the unicorn, is to reach the nations, man. Because where, you have Israelites out there in Africa, when they wake up, now what? It's going to be their turn to set up their camps. Or the brother out in Dominican Republic, once he get to a level, it's going to be time for him to set up a camp. We got the brother in Mexico, so on and so forth. So, we're going to start seeing, Lord's willing, camps, in these other countries, man. Just like how we see massive amounts of camps over here, in Babylon, we're going to start seeing that scattered abroad, man. And that's just going to bring more life into the truth, more life into Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, So when it's getting into, the gospel must be preached unto all the kingdoms of the earth, that's for those of the hopeful elect, That's for those that are the confusion of faces going into in the great multitudes, going into Revelations, going into Revelations 7, and so on and so forth. So real quick, I want to go to the book of Acts, the book of Acts, chapter 2. It's the book of Acts, chapter 2. Shlaki. And I start from the top. All right, and it says, "And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all in one accord in one place." Okay, and one accord. And then my strap here, a little footnote that says purpose or mind. So they were all in the same mind frame. Okay. "And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting." And that mighty wind that rushed in that house, that's the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay, because Yahweh, he is that wind, he is that breath, going into Wisdom of Solomon, 7:24 and verse 25. Okay, so we're, Lord willing, we're of the hopeful elect, and we're of that spiritual house of David. So, I'm making a comparison from here into Acts unto us within this present time frame. Okay? So, when we see in the brothers throughout the four corners that are of the hopeful elect, that are of, that house of David, it's the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is rushing through all of us, and we're all on one accord, no matter where we're at throughout the four corners of the earth. As long as you're preaching in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and teaching good doctrine, man. Wholesome doctrine, wholesome words, man, So, verse 3, it says, "And there appeared unto them cloven tongues, like as of fire, and it sat upon each of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit, and began to speak with other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven." And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing brothers waking up out of every nation under the heavens. Slowly but surely, that's coming to pass. Okay? Verse 6. Now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? And how hear we every man in our own tongue, wherein we were born? Parthians and Medes and Elamites and dwellers of Mesopotamia and in Judea and Cappadocia and Pontus and Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia in Egypt and in parts of Libya about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes, Cretes and Arabians, we do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful works of the Most High. Okay, so, at this point, they're hearing men of other nations speak in their native tongue. So at the end of the day, what the Lord made it to where they were all speaking one language, that they were all on one accord. Now we're on the physical note. Now, even though we may have brothers in Dominican Republic, Mexico, Africa, so on and so forth, they may physically speak different languages, okay? But as long as they're speaking the truth, we're all on one accord. We're all speaking the same language. As long as they're coming with that name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and the correct doctrine that comes with that, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, we're all on one accord. Okay? So you could be watching the brother's video. You might not physically understand all the words in which he's saying, but when you hear that name of Yahweh and Yahushua, we know that we all on one accord, man, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So that's them, and that's another great thing as well. And while we have to constantly brothers that may have the gift to speak other languages and stuff like that, get into them lessons, for them brothers that are scattered abroad. And sometimes I like to get into the history of when Jake was over here in West Africa, so on and so forth. So all of these different lessons, getting into how we were scattered abroad, so on and so forth, that's helpful for those of the hopeful elect that may be of the confusion of faces, for us to be closer and nearer to our salvation. So with that, I hope this segment was edifying. We just got to keep pushing, brothers, keep striving and to do your best within this truth. Whenever Satan's trying to knock you down, just keep the faith and stay prayed up, man. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to Lek out there, doing this work of faith, labor, love, and true sincerity. Shalom.